Hello everyone. I'm back again today after a long time with another video related to the stimulus package which is coming up from the Ministry of Finance. And yesterday we got the first package regarding the MSME part and the housing finance companies, the microfinance institutions. And today we got it for the farmers, for the tribals, and for the migrant workers. Now this 20 lakh crore package, which has been split up into several segments, we have now witnessed only the two parts of it. So on the first part, I would like to highlight on whatever has been given to the micro and the small medium enterprise. It's a completely a quantum jump which has been given. The definition has been revised from a lower ticket size to a higher extended ticket size. A definition has been broadened up, and that leads to a lot of advantages regarding getting availability of lot of benefits, subsidies, taxation benefits in various segments, penetration into the market, being categorized under a new definition of MSME. Secondly, the 3 lakh crore non-collateral based funding opportunity which has been given for the MSME is a quantum jump. Obviously, because SMEs are struggling right now, we know 60% of the Indian economy is being under the MSMEs right now, and within that MSME space, they have been struggling that how they are going to pay their debts, how they are going to manage their cash flows. And in my last uh, three videos before, I made a video where I told that how the cost management within the SME segments needs to be done. So obviously, with this funding new allocation, which is going to come up from the government's end, SMEs need to strategize their business accordingly in that way. Another big boon which has been given is that even NPAs, stressed MSMEs and NPA declared MSMEs can also avail a different route of funding to the tune of 30,000 crore. Around a handsome amount of 45,000 crore has been given for the housing finance companies, MFIs. Now, obviously, there is a significant debt rollover which is going to happen. There's a commitment of payment of bonds and all those things which is going to come. So, obviously, these monies will come to them. That will give them a space to breathe because obviously we are in a lockdown phase. We don't know when this lockdown is going to get over, when we are going to get into the manufacturing field, when the migrant laborers who have been gone back into the rural housing right now in the rural areas, when they are going to come back. So there are a lot of question marks, and keeping those question marks in mind, the current package of 20 lakh crore which has been given is highly required. MSMEs have been struggling a lot. Post the GST came up into the picture, obviously the working capital cycle took a lot of toll on them. So that will give them a leeway. Or at the same time, the government has also told that they will be clearing out all the receivables within the next 45 days. That's a big thing for them. Another big thing which has happened for the professionals, apart from the salaried persons, is the TDS rates which has come down. So obviously, it leaves a lot of cash in the hands of you based on the volume of your business. A 25% reduction in the TDS rates is a significant one. Based on the current circumstances, the way the things are going on, way the businesses have come down, whether of the distribution model or of the agency network, or anyone who is coming under the preview of the TDS, that's a big benefit for them. Coming to the second part of the stimulus package as on today, which has been declared, it's mainly towards the rural and the tribal segment and for the migrant workers who have gone. So obviously, these things will take time to get materialized. It will take some time to get the money transferred from the exchequer's pocket to the end user's pocket, whether it's for the MSMEs and for the others. Because when there's a complete lockdown, I even cannot go to the bank and then I cannot do the formalities and get the fundings accordingly that way. So that will take some time. Migrant workers have been a big concern because way they have shifted back to their rural homes, that creates a lot of burden over there. So obviously, with the Rabi crop season coming up currently right now, and with the monsoon starting it up, so obviously there will be huge demand pressure from these segments of the migrant workers and how they are going to survive. So the government policies which has come up today, keeping that thing, whatever money they are giving around with Kisan credit cards and all those things, they are really going to be beneficial for them. A good amount of funds have been given to the tune of 70,000 crore SI1, the Provident Fund 3 months extension has been given. All those things are going to give a benefit to the migrant and the rural segment. We are just in the second phase of the stimulus package. We don't know how many more are yet to come. Because obviously 20 lakh crore package is a big package. At the same time, there will be pressure once this package is being the next question which will come up, from where the package is going to be funded, from where the capital is going to come, what kind of the government is going to do the borrowings. Now, obviously, a lot of economists and analysts and researchers are already making a calculation of that the borrowings will go to the tune of around physical deficit will go to the tune of around 6.5 to 7%. We don't know how those things will be moving ahead. But obviously, there will be pressure on the INR, there will be pressure on the yields, there will be pressure on how the borrowings will be met out. If there is any disinvestment plan, and even as per the FY21 budget which was made, there was a plan of disinvestment to meet the physical deficit in that way. So there is a big question mark how they are going to manage that one also. So currently, all eyes are on what kind of package comes up, what kind of package comes to give it to a particular sector or a particular part of the economy. But demand is such a concept, demand is such a factor that simply by injecting liquidity, demand cannot come back. If my job is being cut today, I don't know whether through this stimulus I will get back my job on the next day or not. That's not going to happen. If my salaries have been cut down by 30% or 40%, I'm not going to get back that money immediately right now. If I have my salary has been restructured from a fixed cost to a variable component has been added up into my fixed cost part, I don't know whether how much time it will take to get back into the shape. So there are a lot of ifs and buts, and obviously when you're giving money in the hands of the economy, until the demand comes, that's not going to work out. So if there is no demand tomorrow, being a micro and small medium enterprise, I may not go and to the bank and ask for the without collateral loan because I don't have a demand right now. So what is the utility of taking the money which I cannot utilize right now? So that is going to be a question mark which is going to come. Apart from this one, there is a substantial another thing to be taken into consideration is the household balance sheet. Every people is now focused towards the household balance sheet and they are busy in cutting down their expenses. And obviously with this around more than 50 days of lockdown, there is a huge behavioral change, a thought process change regarding the way we consume things. So once the lockdown is over, we will get the clear clarity that how we have changed our habits, to what extent we have changed our habits. If the job cuts are happening, salary cuts are happening, then I will be having a control over my expenditure over the next 6 months to 8 months or 9 months even also. If I was planning to buy any new car or a residential property, anything, those plannings goes for cold storage, into the cold storage for the next 1 year or 1.5 years. One of the most important thing which is happening across, which I've come across from my B2B network, is this: that people are selling their investments to pay back their home loans. So that's another thing. Those who have got cut down in their salaries, they are not going to go for a massive consumption. They are going to bring down their consumptions. They have got an EMI now. Everybody has got an EMI obligations, whether it's a car EMI and a household EMI or a credit card EMI, any one of them. So all these things, all these EMIs burden will force him to cut down, realign that balance sheet, household balance sheet, and take the call accordingly. So the demand, which is being the key focus for driving an economic growth, is not being expected to come back so fast. Many people have termed it that the child doesn't starts running on the day it is born. True, but at the same time you have to take it in that context. As the child doesn't runs within a month's time taking birth, you have to give a prolonged amount of time to make it run. So do we have the patience? Do we have the patience to manage our household balance sheets and all those things? To let the child grow up and then run is a big thing to wait and watch. Coming back to the stimulus package, the markets have already fine-tuned what kind of stimulus package benefit they are going to get. It is reflected in the market very well. Because these are all long-term things, they will not happen on an immediate basis. Obviously, if down the year, 1 year after, if I calculate how the Indian economy will be going ahead, all I can say that the Indian economy will be in a very strong position after 1 year, provided these things comes up. And but obviously the demand is the key factor on which everything is dependent. Before I conclude, I would like to say I have been told the word demand a lot of times. Now, if I tell about demand, it is not about buying a car or buying a house. It is also demand about whether I am going to buy 2 packets of biscuit or 4 packets of biscuit, whether I am going to go for a vacation or not, whether I am going to go for an unnecessary expenses right now. So all those things are going to control the real economic and the GDP growth. We will have to wait for more stimulus packages. I am not going to get into the world of golden ball gazing work. I'm not going to go into that one. I will rather wait and watch and have the facts on my table to take a call on what is going to happen to the economy, to the market, to the broader segment of the economy, and how the income inequality aspects are being taken into account. Thank you, everyone. If you have got any queries, any of you have got any queries about the economy, about the stimulus packages or anything, you're free to give me and drop me a mail, or you can call me even also. I'll share my details below this one. And one request to everyone, that I have been making a lot of videos on various topics and various subjects across all sector. One of the query which I have been getting from many people that I don't know, मुझे पता नहीं चला आपने ये video बनाया है. So the one request to all of you is this: kindly please subscribe it. There's no cost for it actually, so you can subscribe it. So next time whenever there's a video, you will get it. That is all. Thank you everyone, and stay home, stay safe, and have a very focused approach towards your investments, towards your business decisions. Thank you everyone.